Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo is coming up. I think it starts February 6th. So you want to give us a little bit of a history and tell us about your attendance?
This is Lauren. Sure. So the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo, this is our 71st Stock Show and Rodeo that we will be having, and it is February 6th through the 23rd. So we actually first started out as a junior livestock show in 1949, and then the following year we started the rodeo to help support the junior livestock show. We are a nonprofit that, with a mission to help educate the youth of Texas with an emphasis in agriculture. And about each year we have about 1.9 million visitors head out to the rodeo.
Okay, so what's old and exciting this year, and what's new and exciting?
Okay, so we have probably the biggest change ever is with our layout that we have this year. So a lot of people will expect to see a new location for our carnival. We basically switched the streets that we're off of. We switched locations for the carnival, and that allows us to have an even bigger and better carnival with about 60 rides. And then we have a bunch of games. All of our Swifty Swine and high energy shows have also moved to the east side of the att Center. And then we have different attractions coming. So we have Extreme Dogs. They were here last year, and they put on a great show, so we brought them back. And then we have Nerveless Knocks. They're a thrill show where it's basically motorcycles going around in these like metal cages. It's really cool. And then we also have BMX freestyle team, so all those awesome guys riding bikes and doing tricks up in the air.
Okay, that sounds like a heck of a lot of fun. So one of the questions I always ask because your event is so big, and I think how many million people do you have that come to this event?
Yes, ma'am, over 1.9 million.
Okay, all right, parking. You want to enlighten me?
Yes, parking is always a challenge, especially just, the way we are kind of situated in the city. However, we have lots of public parking options and accessible parking. We even have a Rodeo Express shuttle that is run up until midnight every single day, and people can park over there. It's in an off-site location. It's well lit, and there's security. And then you take a nice shuttle ride over to the rodeo grounds, and it'll drop you off right in front of the att Center.
Okay. What about handicapped people and seniors?
Yes, accessible parking is available at all of our public parking lots, as well as at the Rodeo Express shuttle lot.
Okay, so as a parent, one of the things I would also ask is what's good for kids under 12 particularly?
Oh, wow. We have plenty of things to do out on the fairgrounds for kids of all ages, but one new attraction that we have is Bustin' in the Barn. So we took the fan favorite mutton bustin' that is inside the att Center during each rodeo performance, and we're bringing it out onto the fairgrounds for kids ages 4 to 7 who weigh under 55 pounds to compete on the fairgrounds in mutton bustin'.
Okay, does that go on every day?
So that goes on every single day. There's 3 performances during the week, and then there's more on the weekends. And then other new fun attractions we have is Dan the Farmer Man. We have an area called Little Buckaroo Farms, and Dan will be in there. He's an interactive comedian, and he'll be cranking up his crop quenching contraption to conjure up crowd-cooling cloudbursts. So it's a show people can check out every single day. We also have the Army Bass Anglers Coalition Kids Fishing Tank. So the Army Bass Anglers, they provide kids an opportunity to learn about one of their passions, which is fishing. So we will have a huge fishing tank in our Texas wildlife area for kids to come learn about fishing and what it takes to be a really good avid angler and outdoorsman.
So we come in the front gate, and where would you send the seniors?
So we have, if anyone is looking for scooter rentals or wheelchairs or anything like that, we do have those available for rent at our main entrance. We have 3 entrances, and they are all color-coded this year, which is somewhat new for us. And those entrances have kind of shifted a little bit, but we recommend heading over to sarodeo.com to see our parking map as well as our map and layout of the fairground.
One of the things that always comes to mind, well, there's 2 other things. One, restroom facilities. How are your restroom facilities?
Oh, we have great restrooms. There are plenty available. We have them in the Freeman Coliseum, the expo halls. We also have them out on the fairgrounds, inside the AT&T Center. There are always plenty. And then there are some over by the livestock barns as well.
I'm sort of a country western kind of a freak kind of person. I noticed you have a lot of country western entertainment. Where is your entertainment? Does it go every evening?
Yes, so we have 22 PRCA rodeo performances that are followed by entertainment. So we have a variety of country music, we have classic rock, we have something to fit everyone's taste. So even on our PRCA rodeo finals night, which is the 22nd, we have Casey and the Sunshine Band. And then we have some great new up-and-coming artists, too, that are fit with a lot of the, up-and-coming ages in college and things like that to attract people out into the rodeo.
There's an awful lot of stuff going on at this fairgrounds, and so when the people come into the gate, do you have some kind of a map or something that you can hand them with the stuff on it?
Yes, we have over 6,000 volunteers help us put on the rodeo, but one committee in particular is a hospitality committee, and they will be passing out what we call daily schedules. That includes information with our map, all of the live music that we have going on every single day, all of the attractions that are here throughout the show, and then pricing information and the full PRCA rodeo list with entertainers as well.
Okay, let's take a side trip and talk about food. What kind of food have you got?
We do have everybody's fair food favorites, so cotton candy, corn dogs, funnel cakes, all of that. But we also do have a lot of great options like the Vandewali Fajita Corral. So the Vandewali Fajita Corral, the best part about them is that when people go and visit there, all of the proceeds benefit the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo Scholarship Fund.
I noticed on the website you guys really are a nonprofit, and you run a lot of different kinds of events to sort of make money to support this, right?
Yes, we do. So sometimes people think that we're just the 18-day event that we are, but we aren't. We rodeo all year round is what we like to say. So right after the rodeo, we do our huge giving announcement in May, and then we have different events starting in August throughout the entire year that all of our volunteers help us put on, and then that helps us educate the youth of Texas.
And you have a collegiate rodeo, and you have a ranch rodeo. Tell me a little bit about the collegiate rodeo.
So the collegiate rodeo, that is held the first Sunday of the rodeo. We have 4 different universities that come out and compete. So they are Texas universities, which Texas is known for their school pride. And so they will be competing in our expo hall in tie-down roping, steer wrestling, team roping, barrel racing, breakaway roping, goat tying, bareback riding, saddle bronc riding, and bull riding.
Wow. Holy cow, that's a lot.
It's a lot, yes. And then also we do have a youth rodeo, which is really amazing if you haven't had the chance to see it. So these are the kids that are interested in rodeo up until high school or senior year of high school age, and they compete in rodeo events as well. And that's held in the Expo Hall from February 18th through the 20th.
And then you have a ranch rodeo.
Yes, we do have a ranch rodeo that is on the final day of the stock show and rodeo, which is February 23rd, and that's held in our Expo Hall as well. The collegiate rodeo and the ranch rodeo are, they do have added costs, so just regular admission into the fairgrounds is $10 when you buy it online, and to go see the college rodeo and or the ranch rodeo, it's an additional $10, so a total of $20.
one of the neat things that I've noticed about this event is it has this Western Heritage Parade and Cattle Drive. You want to tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, I'd love to. So we have, it's actually now, it's become a weekend of Western Heritage Parade. We have on that Friday, we start our Vaquero cook-off where teams compete in Spanish rice, charro beans, and salsa. They are there in our La Villita. And then on Saturday, we have a Wrangler breakfast where we have chuck wagons cooking homemade biscuits, gravy, and great breakfast items for families to enjoy. And then at 11 o'clock, we kick off our parade that starts under Highway 35 and ends up by Hemisphere Park and over by La Villita. And there we have over 100 herd of longhorns that stroll through historic downtown San Antonio.
What's your favorite part of this event?
Of the stock show and rodeo overall or the Western Heritage?
The whole thing. What's your favorite part?
My favorite part is that we are here, we are family, and all of our volunteers literally come together for our 18-day event, and it's all to help the youth of Texas. And being able to see the reaction to our now scholars' faces once they receive their scholarship is amazing. And the fact that we get to promote agriculture, I think sometimes it's people take advantage of agriculture, and it does impact everybody's daily lives.
Do you have exhibit buildings?
We do. So we have a cattle barn. We have what we call a Morris Activity Center because we switch out different breeds of animals in there. We have sheep, barrows, goats, turkeys, and broilers. So those all switch out in our Morris Activity Center. We do have an auction barn, and then our expo hall is where the equine events are held, and we have horse sales, select sales, ranch gelding sales. We have something for everyone.
And what's your favorite food?
Ooh, my favorite food?
Yeah.
It depends on the year. Last year, my favorite food were the loaded tater tots. They put queso, guacamole, sour cream, and salsa on top of tater tots.
When I do these kinds of interviews, I always ask you guys what your favorite food is, and I get very interesting answers.
I have had the glazed donut cheeseburger, but that was probably a little too much to me.
Yeah, that sounds like it would be a little bit too much. Let me ask you. It's like a fairgrounds. Are there other events that go on here during the year?
So we take over the fairgrounds. It's kind of twofold. So the att Center is owned by the San Antonio Spurs. So we hold our rodeo with the entertainment inside the att Center where the San Antonio Spurs play basketball and the San Antonio Rampage play hockey. So that part is separate. And then where we have the Freeman Coliseum, that is owned by Bexar County. And Bexar County, we work with them in order to, we host all of our shopping vendors inside the Freeman Coliseum along with our Texas Wildlife Expo. And then we have the barns and all of that, and we lease it out to the county.
Okay. I imagine that there's a lot of prep work that goes into this thing because it's such a big event.
A lot of prep work. The barns have been getting set up since December, so making sure, that there's proper bedding and all the gates are put up and everything like that. And right now, if you head over to our grounds, you can see all of our tents going up for our different exhibits on the ground, like our craft beer tap room, our wine garden, and school tours, because we invite kids from different schools to come out and take advantage of learning about agriculture. And so you'll see that, and then soon enough you'll see the carnival go up.
And this is primarily a volunteer-run event, right?
Yes, ma'am. Total staff, we probably have about 30 to 35. And then we have 6,000 volunteers, yes, that help. They serve on 45 committees.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. So and it's a very long-running event, too. I mean, events usually don't run that long. It's like, did you say the 6th through the 23rd?
Yes, ma'am. It's a full 18 days. Okay,
and it's open every day, right?
Yes, we are open every day. So on opening day, we actually open at noon, and then we close some of our exhibits at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock during the week, and then on the weekends, on Fridays and Saturdays, we're open till midnight.
That's a lot of traffic in a long time. So, okay, I wish you a great event. Sounds like a heck of a lot of fun, and it sounds like there's going to be a lot of cowboys there, right?
Yes, we bring in the top 50 cowboys and cowgirls in the PRCA and the WPRA to compete inside the rodeo. And then new this year, too, we are having qualifiers for those athletes that didn't quite, get into the top 50. They are able to have a second shot at competing inside the att Center through our qualifiers.
So there's pretty much a rodeo every day?
Yes, there is a rodeo every day, and some days there are two. So on Saturdays and Sundays, we have a 1 o'clock performance and a 7 o'clock performance.
So is there anything else you want to add?
We just encourage everybody to come out to see the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo. Everything you do out here on the fairgrounds and inside the att Center does help us support our mission in educating the youth of Texas.
Okay, have a great event, Lauren.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.